This is a simple way of getting started with your fat loss plan. Do all these things and you'll be well on your way to losing some fat. Here's what you're going to need. All the equipment for your fat loss plan. Paper with a pen, measuring cups, measuring spoons, tape measure, cell phone that you can get an app on. MyFitnessPal is the app. Liquid measuring cup, glass measuring cup, and a bunch of Tupperware that's this size. This is a small size Tupperware. That's a 25 ounce Tupperware or 740 milliliter Tupperware. You want a whole bunch of those because you're going to put your food in there after you prepare it. On your piece of paper you're going to write the date, your weight, and the tape measurements, waist, thigh, and hips. Now you're going to take your measurements. First one is the waist, right at the belly button level. You don't need to take your shirt off. But get the tape right around there. Make sure it is as straight as you can, and don't pull it all the way tight. You don't want to sink it into the skin. But get it tight enough so it forms a tight seal right around your waist, going directly in front of the belly button. Make sure it's going over the belly button. Take 3 measurements. Find that you have to get the same number 2 times out of those 3 measurements. Next one you're going to do is your hips. So this is around the part of your butt that sticks out the most. And again, make sure the tape is lateral. If you can do it, make sure it's totally parallel to the floor. If you can do it, look in a mirror when you're doing this. That way you can make sure it's even with the floor. You get a better look on it. You don't want it this way or that way or tilted or anything like that. Next, you're going to do the thighs. Right on the upper thigh. You can do it in your underwear. If you're at home, you can do it in shorts and pull the shorts up. And you want to get the biggest part of your thigh. And again, pull it just tight enough to have the tape tight to the skin, but not so tight that it cinches the skin. And those are your 3 measurements. You can see on my sheet of paper here, I'm going to rotate my measurements. So the first week I'm going to take my weight and my tape measurements. Next week, 12-15, I'm going to weigh myself, not take measurements. Next week after that, I'm going to do the tape measurements, not weigh myself. Next week after that, I'm going to weigh myself. Next week after that, I'm going to do tape measurements. If you use a calendar book, that'll make it even easier to track this kind of stuff. But if you don't, write out the next few weeks of these things so you fill out those slots. Now you're going to get your phone and get the free app on there called MyFitnessPal. You're going to start learning how to use this app. You're going to count all your calories. Here's the next thing you're going to do. On the next sheet of paper, write down tomorrow, Wednesday, 12/9/15, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're going to start to plan your meals out right now. Then you're going to write the next day, Thursday, 12/10/15, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Friday, 12/11/15, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're going to plan your meals over the next 3 days. If you can do it for 5 days, do that. If you can do it for a full week, do that. This is called meal planning. You're going to plan it out. That's going to determine your shopping list. Then you're going to go shop and get the food, come back home and prepare it. That simple. Here's mine. For recommendations for each meal, simply go to Google and search high protein breakfast, high protein lunch, and high protein dinner. You're going to get a few different ideas. Look around in them. Take about 10, 15, 20 minutes to do that. Find meals that you think are easy to prepare and easy to eat and something that you'll enjoy, and start planning out those meals. Write out all the meals for the next 3 to 5 to 7 days. Plan out your meals, make your shopping list, go shopping, come home and prepare the food. Next blank page is your shopping list. Write all the foods down that you need to make all those foods. Here's mine. Go shop, buy the food, come home, immediately prepare the food, put it in the Tupperware containers, the little guys, and prepare your food for the next 3 to 5 to 7 days. And that's all there is to it. Once you have the food prepared in small Tupperwares in the fridge, then you know exactly what to do. The next few videos I'm going to make are going to be me preparing 3 to 5 to 7 days worth of food, and you can see exactly how I do it. Use the MyFitnessPal app on your phone, start an account on there, and start counting your calories. So you're going to prep your food, you're going to make your food, put it in Tupperware, eat the food. You're going to count your calories every day. Then you're going to total up your weekly calories on the same day that you do your measurements. So you're going to weigh yourself, look at the weekly calories. Tape measure, look at the weekly calories. Weigh yourself, look at the weekly calories. Tape measure, look at the weekly calories. You're just going to see how many calories you're eating in a given week, and then you're going to see if you lost weight and if you lost measurements. And if you didn't, you know you just have to eat less calories, 100 less per day. Plan the meals, shop, prepare the food, portion it out in Tupperware, eat the food, track the food through MyFitnessPal, count the calories, and then take your measurements every single week. Weekly calories, measurements, look for the numbers to go down. If the numbers are not going down, then you need to reduce the calories on a weekly basis by about 100 calories per day each time you make a reduction. It's a slow process, it's a sure process, it will work, and you will make lifelong changes, guaranteed.